Hello, world. Today, I want to talk to you about God. I want to talk about the misconceptions people have, the mistakes they make when considering what that word amounts to, um, give you an analogy of how one can approach that subject with a little bit of mystery and innocence, and what you can do to test out the truth of the matter for yourself. So, when you were young, at some point, someone introduced you to the idea of God. Whatever they described to you was what it was. God is this, God is that, God isn't this, isn't that. God judges you for this and rewards you for that, or whatever. Um, Through your life, you built on that idea, and you can build on it in a ton of ways. But the point I'm getting at is at some point, most people, and maybe you're someone who this hasn't occurred to you yet, but some people realize that the idea they've built up is fallible. You can create like logical, you can find ways where what you've been told, what you've described, and what you have been described, and what you've come up with is questionable. And eventually, and this is very true of the atheist community, they realize that that thing that was described to them and the idea they've made of it up to this point is not real. And so they tear up their idea of God and they throw it away, and that's where that ends for them. But I want you to consider something. I want you to consider the fact that the ideas you came up with and what was described to you is not the fact of the matter and is something wholly different. And I'll give you an analogy. I want you to think of a car. Simple, right? Now, if I were to hook you up to a brain scanner, no amount of scientific technology can get into your head and conjure up the ghost image of that car you just thought of. But you can call it back up in your mind. You can probably walk around the thing if you want to. And I want to suggest to you that the fact that you can do that, and even if future technology could scan your brain and conjure up that image, they're never going to know how your mind can conjure up from nowhere a ghost image of a car. And that's to say that your ability to do that and the fact that you do that every single day is a miraculous mystery that's not understood. Miraculous mysteries happen in you and around you every single day. And I want to also suggest to you that God is also a miraculous mystery that happens in and around you every single day. And because you don't have eyes to see it, or even maybe know what you're looking for, you miss it. And I'll admit, people that are freshly atheistic and have thrown away that imaginary idea of God are right at the door of discovering that mystery. And it's a mistake to stop at throwing away your incorrect and pretend idea of Him. But the fact of the matter is, the only way you'll discover the truth of the matter is, number one, with an honest, loving heart. Number two, with getting rid of all the religious legalism that you've put in your head up to now also that makes that unattractive, and the whole idea of God even more so unattractive. I want you to utilize all the things that I've talked about in my previous videos. Because the fact of the matter is, if you don't open your loving heart and you don't bring yourself in the honesty of your heart, and you don't forego all the religious nonsense, and you don't understand that you're addressing a living mystery, then you've never turned your heart and spoke to the true living God, even if you think you have. So today, I want you to take 5 minutes, and I want you to put yourself in your most loving and honest heart, and I want you to turn to the true, mysterious, actual living God and ask Him to show you the truth. And also, if you have anger, if you have resentment, if you have all the garbage you've built up about it, if you want to lay that all out there too, let Him have it. Give it everything you got. Because if you do that, even if you've never done it before and you never do it again, you can know for sure that you have said your first true prayer to the reality, the real, mysterious, living one. And prayer like that is never unanswered. So if you're brave enough, take your heart and turn to the mystery and not the cliche. Understand what you're addressing or who you're addressing, and give it a shot for yourself. There's no religion in that. It's an outpouring of your heart to a living mystery. I hope I haven't lost you at this point, because I care a lot, and this stuff is incredibly important to everyone, not just me. Whether you know it or not, that living mystery, the actual real life mystery of God, is so close to you, He could kiss you on the lips without leaning in. But just like that car in your head, you can't show someone else that car. You can't just say in words what that is and have them really see it. And so no one else in your life yet has told you the truth of God in a way that just can be explained and accepted. You have to see for yourself. So be brave. Take your 5 minutes and say a real prayer. I love you. God bless you. Have a great day.